Hey everybody, welcome to our live. This is the last one of the day. So we are on YouTube and on Facebook. So yeah, we've had a fun day today. We have been getting down and kind of going into a little more details on product, on what to do's. Now each and every time we do our lives, we always go over the basics. We always go over how to airbrush, all of that. But today we kind of changed it up a little bit and had some fun. So, hey, Candy, how are you? We did applying brow or doing brows, applying fake lashes, blush. We talk, you always hear me say our blush blooms and it intensifies. Well, I showed you what that means. And so if you get an opportunity, jump on YouTube and go and look at all the different things that we did today. So, but anyway, we do come to you live 5 days a week, Monday through Thursday, starting at 9 a.m., all the odd hours. And then on Fridays, we're live at 9 and 11. And so our hours did just change for the summer. So yay. All right. So now I'm like burning up in here. Let's go over our starter kit real quick. We always cover the starter kit. This is our icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend, and they all come with makeup. So they come with the 2 bottles of foundation. We also give you a bottle of Love and a bottle of blush. Now they're the smaller bottles because remember when you're airbrushing, you're using 10 times less makeup. And so you're not having to put a lot of makeup on. The way it's applied, it works with your skin. And so we're not covering every inch of our face. So when you get started, when you get your system out, you plug it in and then there's air that comes out. So what we want you to do is just feel that air. It's very refreshing. It's actually very relaxing. It feels like a little spa. And if you see, like, it's not a big old like thing of air. It's just a nice little kiss of air and it just feels amazing. But it takes the guesswork out because wherever you feel this air is where the makeup's going. And so just work on moving this around your face in little circular motions. You can go up and down on the T-zone. And then when you get ready, put water in here and then start pulling back on the trigger and see if you can do that all over the face without it dripping down. Remember, you're pulling back super light on that trigger. Hey, Lethea, how are you? Hey, Jeannie, good to see you. Hey, Gail, good to see you. Good afternoon. Hey, Kira. Oh, we suck. Why? Oh, I love when people like that come on. Kira, tell me why, babe. I want to know why, because chances are I can make it right. I promise. I promise. So talk to me, baby. Talk to me. So Gail, yes, you can do primer before. You can do primer before. You don't have to always do the primer. So try it with and try it without and see which way you like it the best. If you're using the Silk 4-in-1, it has primer in it. So you might be able to skip that step. Or if you want to do our Velvet Veil, that primer is amazing. It's a blur, and so it's going to help blur fine lines and wrinkles, which is amazing. Okay, Kira, you already have so much makeup. Well, Kira, I guarantee you, 100% guarantee you that if you were putting it on correctly, and if you'll just stay and listen and do what I'm telling you to do, I promise it will work. I promise, 100%. If I could go home with every single person that ordered a system and show you how to airbrush, 100% would love it. 100, I guarantee that. If you don't like it, what that tells me is we just need to tweak how you're putting it on. So if you have it out and you can practice, go back and do these things right here. Turn on your system, there is air that comes out. That you're going to keep it about 4 finger widths away. You're going to keep moving around the face and barely pull back on this trigger. Kira, if you've been doing traditional makeup all, forever, like most of us have up until this point, I would say 9 times out of 10, when people first start airbrushing, when people first start luminescing, they are still putting airbrush makeup on like traditional makeup. And you're right, you're not going to like it. If you're putting airbrush makeup on like traditional makeup and expecting that, then yes, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You have to make sure that you're doing it correctly, but it goes against everything you've done up until here, up until this point. So if you will give us a chance, get it back out, start practicing, keep going, keep practicing. We are very upfront that there is a learning curve. You've been touching your face doing your makeup. Now I'm telling you not to touch your face. You see that opaqueness of a traditional makeup go on. Now I'm telling you, you don't want to see it go on. You literally, it should be like magic. So you should be going, bum, 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 bum. Heather just doesn't know what she's talking about. What the heck? Oh. And it dries instantly. That's what you want to get to that point. If you're not there, know that if you're doing those steps that I'm telling you, you'll get there and you'll love it. I promise. I promise. Let's see. Oh, Amy, she thinks that I'm already wearing makeup. Well, God love her. Don't have any makeup on. I do have my lashes on, if that's what you're talking about. But I start with a clean face, and then we're going to put on some makeup. So, but thank you. But see, that's another reason why airbrush is amazing, because you're not touching your face. If you have sensitive skin, acne-prone skin, think about this. With traditional makeup, you're rubbing it, you're touching it, you're irritating it. With airbrush, you're putting it on with air, it's working with your skin, and it's going to look amazing if you're doing it correctly. And if you're not, guess what? That's why I'm here. That's why I've been doing these for 5 years, okay? Ask me questions. And I do not care if you come in and say, nope, don't like it, didn't do. I promise you, if you'll stay with us and walk through it with us, you will love it. Okay. Edna says, I so want this. I'm not applying it. I so want to use this. Edna says, I am not applying it correctly, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So Edna, tell me, this is going to be a good one, y'all. Tell me what it's doing, like what is not working. Why do you think you're not applying it correctly? Like what ends up happening? Candy on YouTube's like, the best thing in the world. Gail says, I'm almost 70. If I can do it, anyone can. I love that, Gail. Love it. Jeannie on Facebook. Oh my, OMG. I did everything wrong when I started. Too close, pulling back too hard, and it looked traditional makeup. Yep. And that's what I would say 9 times out of 10 people do, because what else do you know? Right? I have to see this go on. Nope. Let's see. Hello, Deborah. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, I mean, guys, that is what these live chats are for. This is so you can get it. And I promise you, don't give up. Keep doing it. We always tell people to do it 7 days in a row. And by that 7th day, you'll have it down. Now, Edna is saying that she is not doing it correctly. And Edna, I have to tell you, that actually is going to help you, because you'll know what not to do now. Okay. So I always tell people when I'm telling them to start learning, to actually have a day you can mess up where you can just wash it off. You know, it doesn't matter, but you can figure out what's happening. Okay. So if it sometimes looks uneven and streaky and it collects in lines. Okay. I'll tell you right now, you're holding it too close and you're spraying too much in certain areas. flat out. I know that's, oh, and it gets in my hair. Okay, then you're pulling back too far because then it's, the closer, hold on. Let me get, I'm going to use the matte bronzer because I'm going to show you something. Edna, this is an example. I have airbrushed myself 5 times today. 4, because I did skincare on the first one. I have airbrushed myself 5 times today. It's not my hair, it's not in my earrings. Okay? If you follow these directions, keep it 4 finger widths away. This is the distance. This is a perfect distance to keep it. You either, sometimes when we first start, we either want to come closer because we're used to touching our skin, or we're like, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? That's why practicing with the air and just water helps you, because you're used to it. Okay. The other thing I would recommend, get out a paper towel, a piece of paper, tissue, whatever, and spray that, keeping it 4 finger widths away. Keep the stylus moving and barely pull back on the trigger. That, being able to see it visually sometimes helps you, because I'm telling you to spray yourself where you're going to question whether or not it's even coming out. That's how light you're spraying. So if you're able to see it visually on a white piece of paper, a white paper towel, a white tissue, then sometimes that takes, it explains, it like clicks in our brain. And have you practiced with water, and have you done the piece of paper or the tissue? That's the only thing I would suggest. And I'm going to show you something. Oh, and yes, exactly right, Candy. We always continue to learn. We always continue to learn. Okay, I have put this matte bronzer in my stylus, and I'm going to show you what people want to do is you end up wanting to hold it too close, and definitely it's the trigger, because if you pull back, like, okay, I'm holding it 4 finger widths away, but if I pull all the way back, that's what I get. It's wet. Okay. If I come in too close, then it almost splatters on the face, and you can even tell with the lights, like how it's wet, and it'll probably even start dripping. I've done the paper, but yeah, Edna, I would say practice with water, because if you can get it all on your face and it's not dripping, if your face is just moisturized, then you got it. And I would also practice with the paper towel again as well. Okay, so if I'm trying to, let me wipe this off. Amy, do you use it with the eyebrows and the liner and lips? Amy, we have eyebrow stencils. Today I did the dual eyebrow pencil, and my lips, I usually just line with our pencil, or use the vinyls. Those are not stencils. If I'm going in and I'm like, okay, I want to cover this area here, and I'm doing it like this, like that, because this is how we're used to doing traditional makeup. You're covering every inch of your face. You're not with Luminous. Okay, I'm going to leave that on, and then I'm going to do it on this side. I have same product in here. Okay. Olga, go to luminouscosmetics.com, Luminous Cosmetics, and we have prices for, you can pay 3 payments, you can pay it all up front. We have different price points, different systems. So check out Luminous Cosmetics and do it there. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this side. Same product, same color, but I'm applying it the right way. Okay, it's on. Look, I still have product in here. This is how light you're spraying, guys. Okay? You're not wanting to see it. So now I'll go back. I made another pass. This is dry already. I still have product in here. Okay? Thank you, Deborah. This is not my color. I just want to show you how you're applying it. Okay? Still dry. Still have product. If I go in and I'm doing that, that's not it. Okay? Can you start seeing it? Remember, and I can go in and make as many passes as I want to get the coverage, to get the whatever color I want. It's about making passes. Okay? Now, let's do makeup. I'm just cleaning that dark color out real quick. The bronzer. But can you see the difference between not applied correctly, applied correctly, not applied, applied? And I did the different color. And maybe we need to start doing that so you can see the difference. You can see the difference, okay? All right, now Amy's asking about, oh yay, did that help, guys? Did that help you guys understand it a little bit more? Because maybe that is something we need to do so you can see the difference. Okay, good. Another thing that I get a lot when people first start is like, oh, I have the wrong color. Well, number one, it's fine because we have 100% color match guarantee. Okay, we're not going to be like, okay, thank you very much, bye-bye. No, we're going to be there for you. We have great customer service and they're going to help you. They will be there until we get it right. But again, people are applying it when they first start like traditional makeup. And so, of course, it might look like the wrong color because you're not applying it the correct way. All right. Amy asked about concealer. Yes, we have several different concealers. I'm about to use our CC concealer, which is an airbrush concealer. We also have a traditional concealer that you can use as well. I prefer airbrush. And I call it my pre-coverage. You do not always have to use it. There are times I'll use it, and there are times I don't. So you don't have to. You can still get full coverage with the foundation. It's going to be back in those passes, okay? So I'll take my stylus. I'm going to spray it under my eyes and kind of blend it down. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is that there's no demarcation line. Okay. Even doing a concealer, there's no demarcation line. Your stylus should blend everything for you. Now I'll take my foundation. You know what I do want to do though, real quick? Valerie says, I love my airbrush and all the makeup from Luminous. I love it. I'm going to use, we've been using the Pearl Luminizer and I just love this. I love the iridescent. We've been mixing it with our blushes. And so I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to apply that first. This would be very similar to Love, but it gives you a very like young, youthful glow. Okay, and I'm just applying that kind of everywhere, but on those areas I want to pop out. And now over that, I'm going to apply the foundation. I'll put my drops right in here. I am using the Silk 4-in-1. Now the Silk 4-in-1 has the anti-aging properties in it. It has your moisturizer primer, it has your concealer, and it has your foundation. But I can get my pre-coverage in. So I can use concealer with it. It's just going to give me a step up in the coverage. And how can I control oil in my T-zone? Stepping on my cord. Several different ways. One is the Velvet Veil. Velvet Veil is amazing. It's a blur. It's this right here that you put on before airbrushing, and you can put it all over. You can put it just in the T-zone, and it looks amazing. Now we do have matte foundation that will help keep you matte. What I have found and the look that I love, you can definitely use the Velvet Veil and then airbrush right on top of that. But because I live in Texas, I do get, we don't sweat, we glisten. And so I actually powder with our translucent powder first. This one right here in the compact. Lightly powder all over my face, and then I airbrush over that. That will help keep you matte throughout the day. All right, y'all, this is a good one. Everybody's asking some great questions. I even love the ones that say, this doesn't work. Because it does. It does. And, we've all been there. There's probably like a handful of people that did it perfectly the very first time they airbrushed, right? I mean, even now, like there's sometimes because it does become like second nature to us, but if I'm doing it and I'm not really paying attention, like I forget to pull it out around my nose, or that there's certain areas that I miss. And I'm like, why? I mean, I've been airbrushing for a long time. All right. This is our Belize Compact. And that's the other reason I love Luminous, is because I can use traditional with airbrush. Okay. And then I'm going to use I'm going to use Charming Blush, and I could do Airbrush Blush, or I could do this. Oh, okay, it got cut off. So the eyebrows, I have used the stencils. I love the stencils. But this, I just did my eyebrows. If you go on YouTube, Amy, I did my eyebrows today, and we talked about them in great length. You can even use the stencils to form out your eyebrow using the pencil as well. Lips, I don't use stencils. I just draw right on the top line to make my lips look fuller. Plus, like our lip vinyls, which are my favorite, it's super high pigmented, and so it stays. The eyeliner with the airbrush, I can do freehand, where I just go in there and do it. And I'll reapply some of the eyeliner to the top. Our pencils, the Persuasion eyeliner is so amazing. I know, isn't that pearl beautiful? I love it. Hold on, let me get this one out. Okay, so this Persuasion eyeliners, they have the calligraphy pen, and it goes on like butter. It goes on so smooth. There's no hiccups. There's no, I mean, you can do it right at the lash line. You can wing it out if you want. Right here. Right like that. So I just added a little bit more eyeliner. you know, even with, let me grab the bronzer again. You know, so many of our products have dual uses. So this is the bronzer that I just used to bronze my cheeks using the matte side. Hey, hey Tracy, how are you? Hey Lauren, how are you? I'm using the bronzer as the matte side as a crease color, just to give me a little depth on my eyes. Still very natural. The eyeshadow that I have on is actually natural blush with the pearlize illuminizer. And so there you go on that. Lips. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. This is hot salsa. Look at that color. Oh. With the airbrush, Amy, I'll do eyeliner. I'll do, you can do the brows. I switch that up. Sometimes lips, I do strictly with, well, no, that's not true either. The bronze shimmer, I'll spray on my lips. So yeah, it really depends on just what look I'm going for, but you can, yes, you can use it wherever you would like. Look at this color. This is going to be a hot color for fall. Oh, you did, Deborah? Look at that. Woo, I love it. And look at that shine. Oh, that shine I love. I love the shine. So there you go, guys. Oh, it did focus. There we go. There you go. So, I have to have bigger hair now that I have my makeup done, right? All right. Just kidding. All right, guys. Yes, you can. Yes. I mean, you can, like I say, every time, like mine changes every day I wake up, but Luminous can do all of that for you. It really can. I mean, it can be a light coverage. It can be heavy coverage. It can be blah, 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 like whatever you want it to be for that day. And that's what I love. That's what I love about it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you back. This was a great one. You have great questions. And like I said, I love the people that just are like, this isn't real. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Do it 5 times a day, it is. And so if you have people that have questions, tell them to come on. I'm going to answer those questions for them, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.